Now, if you've got back pain, what are some of the things that you should not probably do? Well, the first thing I would not do anymore is sit-ups. Sit-ups and back extensions. I would not do those anymore. Now remember, you have degenerative changes in your spine. If you're 40, you have degenerative changes in your spine. And what does that look like? Well, it looks like little pieces of bone growing where they're not supposed to be growing. It looks like discs, intervertebral discs, that are thinner than they were when you were 20. All right? A nice, big, fat disc with an intact pulp core is an excellent thing. It's flexible. It wiggles around just fine. But once you get older and the inexorable changes in your discs lead to the core drying up, you've got a fibrous pad between these two bones that is no longer nearly as flexible. It's no longer as fat. It does not allow for as much motion as it once did. And this means that wiggling your spine around, either in active flexion from the front using the abs, active extension from the posterior using the spinal erectors, is no longer nearly as good an idea as it was when you were young. And as a general rule, I will tell people that once you have your first episode of back pain, of debilitating back pain, your ab work and your low back work need to come from those muscles' normal function of stabilizing the spine. In other words, your abs and your back muscles, the core. Was I disgusting enough when I said the muscles of the core need to be trained with the squat and the deadlift, because squats and deadlifts use those muscles in their functional capacity to maintain isometric contraction. They are loaded. When you do a 500-pound deadlift, your back muscles and your abs are under a load. Nothing is relaxed in a 500-pound deadlift. Sit-ups and back extensions are not the only way to strengthen the muscles that stabilize the spine. Now think through this with me. If you've got back pain and you have degenerative changes in your spine, the way you do if you're 50 years old, I don't care what the chiropractor tells you, don't do sit-ups anymore. Quit wiggling your spine around. Get your spinal stability work from stabilizing the spine like you do when you squat and deadlift and press, okay? Don't injure your spine by mashing the little pointy bones into the intervertebral discs. Don't aggravate things with motion that does not help anything, okay? So that's my first advice I give somebody that first comes down with that bad bout of back pain. And look, I didn't take this advice myself. And I promise you, you'll hurt yourself.